10 Tips to Successful Driving, a comprehensive guide. Car maintenance is an important part of car ownership. Regularly scheduled maintenance helps keep cars running properly, enables them to run more efficiently, and extends their lifespan. It also can help prevent costly repairs down the road. Basic car maintenance includes regular oil changes and filter replacements, checking tire pressure and conducting a visual inspection of all parts under the hood. In addition to routine maintenance items such as oil changes, brake checks and fluid top-offs, other services that should be performed on a yearly basis include engine tune-ups and inspections of belts, hoses and fluid levels. More involved tasks like replacing spark plugs or air filters should be left to qualified mechanics who are trained in proper auto care techniques. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Fog driving can be a tricky and dangerous task for unprepared drivers. Fog can drastically reduce visibility, making it difficult to see the road clearly enough to drive safely. In order to drive safely in foggy conditions, drivers must take certain precautions and adjust their driving behavior accordingly. When driving in fog, it's important to pay attention to your speed. Driving too fast increases the risk of not being able to stop or swerve quickly enough if another vehicle appears out of nowhere due to reduced visibility. If possible, avoid traveling during periods of heavy fog and check the weather forecast before heading out on the road. Additionally, headlights should be turned on low beam when driving in fog so that other cars don't become temporarily blinded by the light reflecting off of the water droplets in the air. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Hurricane driving is a dangerous risk that drivers must take into consideration when driving during a storm. Taking the proper precautions and being aware of your surroundings can help keep you and your vehicle safe from harm. Drivers should always be prepared for unexpected weather conditions, such as strong winds, heavy rain, flooding, and debris on the roads. Before venturing onto the roadways during a hurricane or other severe weather event, drivers should ensure they have enough fuel to reach their destination in case of an emergency situation. Additionally, it is important to make sure headlights are in working order and windshield wipers are functioning well to give you adequate visibility through inclement weather conditions. It is also wise to check tire pressure levels before leaving so that you have better control of your vehicle in slick road conditions. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Driving is an essential part of life, and it's important to do it with care and skill. Great driving requires self-discipline, knowledge of the rules of the road and safety precautions, as well as a positive attitude. It also involves being aware of traffic laws and regulations in order to keep yourself and other drivers safe. When driving, one should follow speed limits, stay alert at all times, use headlights when necessary, wear a seatbelt at all times, keep a good distance between your car and the cars ahead of you for safety reasons. Additionally, be aware that pedestrians have priority over vehicles in certain situations. Obey traffic lights or signs to prevent accidents from occurring. Lastly, never drive distracted. Keep your eyes on the road at all times. For more driver education tips, study guides, and permit exam information, subscribe and click the links below. Driving can be a fun and rewarding experience. However, it is important to remember that safety should always be your first priority when taking to the roads. Whether you are an experienced driver or just getting started, here are some top tips to help ensure a safe and enjoyable drive every time. The most important thing is to always remain focused on the task at hand while driving. Avoid distractions such as talking on the phone or texting, as this could easily lead to an accident. Additionally, make sure you obey all traffic laws, including speed limits and stop signs. Make sure you have plenty of rest before taking long trips and use any available rest stops along the way for breaks. It's also important to maintain your vehicle, check oil levels regularly and keep tires properly inflated for optimal performance. Driving is a skill that many of us take for granted, but there are certain steps that everyone should follow to ensure they stay safe behind the wheel. There are a few essential tips that all drivers should remember to get the most out of their time on the road. First and foremost, never drive if you're feeling fatigued or impaired in any way. Not only can this be incredibly dangerous for yourself and others, but it can also lead to legal repercussions. Make sure to always remain alert and aware of your surroundings while driving as well. This means being mindful of speed limits, following traffic signals, maintaining proper lane discipline, and keeping an appropriate distance from other vehicles on the road. Secondly, make sure your car is serviced regularly by a qualified mechanic so you know it's running at peak performance levels. Stop signs are an essential part of our roadways, serving to keep drivers safe and prevent collisions. The familiar red octagonal shape is widely recognized across the country and even around the world as a signal for drivers to stop and check for other traffic before continuing. Most jurisdictions within the United States require that a stop sign be placed at least 30 feet from the nearest cross street or intersection. This helps ensure that all drivers have enough time to see and react to the sign before they enter an intersection. Additionally, many states have laws requiring vehicles to come to a full and complete stop when approaching a stop sign, regardless of whether there is any other traffic present or not. Stop signs can play an important role in keeping roads safe by helping drivers identify potential dangers that may exist around an intersection or crossroad. In today's fast-paced world, speed limits are an important part of keeping roads safe and helping to reduce traffic accidents. Speed limits ensure that drivers don't go too fast while on the road, which can be dangerous for other cars, pedestrians, and cyclists. They also help to reduce the amount of fuel consumption as well as air pollution associated with driving at high speeds. Speed limits vary from state to state and can range from a minimum of 5 miles per hour to a maximum of 80 miles per hour. Most states have different speed limits for highways and urban areas depending on the type of road or area where you are driving. Local governments may also set additional speed limit restrictions in certain areas such as school zones or residential neighborhoods where children often play outside. Good driving habits are essential for the safe operation of a vehicle. Developing and maintaining good driving habits can save lives, reduce stress, and make for a more enjoyable driving experience. There are many different aspects that make up good driving habits. To begin with, drivers should ensure their vehicle is in top condition by regularly checking all fluid levels, tire pressure and tread wear. Additionally, drivers should always obey posted speed limits while being aware of the flow of traffic around them. This means not following too closely to other cars or tailgating as it can lead to dangerous situations such as rear-end collisions. It is also important to stay alert by avoiding distractions such as eating or using a cell phone while behind the wheel. Car maintenance is an essential part of owning a vehicle. Keeping up with regular maintenance helps to ensure that your car runs smoothly and safely for many years. Not only will proper car maintenance save you time and money, but it will also extend the life of your vehicle. Regular car maintenance includes oil changes, tire rotations, brake inspections, changing air filters, and more. Oil changes are especially important because they help keep your engine lubricated and prevent dirt or contaminants from entering the system. Tire rotations should be done every 5,000 to 7,000 miles, or as recommended by the manufacturer, in order to evenly distribute wear on all 4 tires. Brake inspections should also be done regularly in order to ensure that your brakes are working properly and can stop effectively when needed.